Okay, let's talk about what some of you call the scariest driving lesson. Now, I can't promise to make it not scary, but I can promise to make it make sense. And I'm going to stop you guys failing for this one silly mistake. If you don't know what lesson I'm talking about, think about it. What's the one thing that I could tell you that we're going to do on a lesson today that would get your heart racing, get your blood pumping, and raise your anxiety levels? Yep, we're going to cover the emergency stop. Let's talk on the move. Why do we even do an emergency stop? What's the point in that lesson? It's fake anyway. Well, the reason that we practice emergency stops is because the normal human reaction to something that's shocking or scary is to freeze. Imagine you've seen a spider and you're scared of spiders. What do you do when you see it? I can just hear all the lads out there behind the screen. No problem, I'll murk it, innit? But actually, no, you'd freeze and do nothing, which in a car is the worst possible reaction. Because if you do nothing, your car keeps going. Now, if you're on a driving test, this won't happen randomly. The examiner's going to pull you over and they're going to have this chat with you. Okay, so the next thing I'd like you to do is perform an emergency stop. When I say the word stop and raise my right hand, you're going to stop the car as quickly and as safely as possible. Before they give you the stop command, the examiner will look around the car to check that there's nothing following you. Kind of takes the surprise out of it, really. So what do you do when the examiner shouts stop? What you're going to be tempted to do is, but let's think about why that's not correct. And I can help you with a demonstration too. So what I've done is I've put my clutch down and my brake at the same time. That's not going to work. Well, okay, it will work and it will stop the car, but not as quickly or as safely as you want. To demonstrate, right now I'm doing 11 miles an hour. I'm going to take my feet off the pedals. Car's slowing down, 10 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour. Let's see what happens when I put the clutch down. 8, 10, 11, 12. The car is speeding up because the engine is not connected. I'm at 15 now, 17. Let me put the clutch up and my speed's instantly dropped to 12 miles an hour. With your clutch down, there's no resistance, there's no engine braking, there's no friction from the engine slowing you down. Let me show you. If I want to stop the car quickly, I need the clutch to be up because that's giving me braking force. Alongside the physical brakes, when I press the brake pedal, also the engine is slowing me down and working to retard my speed even quicker. Great word. Because you're going to be doing this at such a slow speed on your driving test, 20 miles an hour or less, it won't make much of a difference in distance when you put your clutch and brake down at the same time. So don't stress about it too much, but you do need to understand the reason it's not okay to use the clutch in an emergency stop situation. Imagine you're on a motorway. There's a smash up ahead of you. You're doing 70 miles an hour because that's the speed limit. No faster. Obviously. You need to get the car stopped quickly and safely, really quickly. You're going to put the clutch and brake down at the same time. Over that amount of distance and taking out that much speed, you will stop considerably further down the motorway than if you had just pressed the brake, which could be the difference between you being involved in that smash or stopping before it. So now we know what to do, let's have a go. And I love the emergency stop lesson, it's so much fun. because actually, once you realize how quickly your car can stop, it will give you the confidence to do much higher speeds. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, brake, clutch. 3, 2, 1, brake, clutch. 1, brake, clutch. This is not the time to chill out. What you need to do next is go neutral and handbrake on. That secures the car and you can take a deep breath. Emergency stop. Part 1, nailed it. Next, the examiner is going to tell you that you can move on again. So I'm going to go prepare, observe, and move. That right there just saved my driving test. If you don't check around before you move, you will fail your driving test, the entire thing, and you're gonna be gutted. Reason being, only 1 in 3 driving tests get an emergency stop. If you're unlucky enough to get an emergency stop on your driving test and you don't complete it properly and you fail because of that, bad times. Are the reasons that you could fail the emergency stop are if you don't react quickly, if you don't react at all, if you brake really smoothly. This isn't smooth, this should be violent. There's a kid that's just run out in front of you. If you don't brake, he loses his life. If you steer while braking, that could cause a skid and we don't want that. Real quick, I'm pulling over. Let's talk about ABS. What the hell is ABS? Anti-lock braking system. It's a system in the car that stops your wheels from under-rotating. I'm not going to get technical with this, but imagine your car on ice. Because there's no friction, your wheels will just stop spinning, which means that the back of your car will overtake the front of your car and you'll start spinning out of control. Even if you don't spin out of control, because your wheels aren't rotating, you've now lost steering control. If the hazard that you're trying to emergency stop for is that close to you, you might still have to steer around it while braking really hard. What ABS does is the little computer brain, really little in the case of this Corsa, detects that the wheels are about to under-rotate, as in lock up and stop spinning. Even on tarmac, in the drive, forget the ice, the weight and momentum of your car means that if you brake hard enough, your wheels will lock up and stop moving. That little computer brain inside your car detects that. It knows that the wheels are about to stop rotating, so it releases the brake and pumps it back on again, and releases it and pumps it back on again, way more fast and way more efficient than you could do that. You'll feel that in your brake foot as a really weird, crunchy, feeling. That's good. So if you're doing emergency stops and taking it seriously, you should be feeling ABS. If you're not, you need to brake harder. So if you're learning on your own with friends, family, mum, dad, that's the test, that's the measure. If your brakes aren't crunchy, you're not braking hard enough. Now we know what ABS is, let's do it again, but properly. So my examiner's just given me the instructions to initiate an emergency stop. I know what I'm doing and I'm super ready. I've just noticed that my examiner's looked around. So I'm not going to dawdle, I'm going to increase my speed so they don't have to wait to give the instruction, and stop! Neutral, handbrake on. The examiner's going to tell me, thanks, I won't ask you to do that again, drive on. Prepare, observe, and move. All right, let's stop off again. That was fun. Post your questions about the emergency stop below. Let's start a conversation. Is it scary? Is it horrible? Does your instructor really shout and make it dramatic? How many times have you practiced this? That was absolutely everything that you need to know about emergency stopping. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Whew. That was awesome.